In this video, I'm gonna show you an aggressive opening for black, and it is kinda like playing the Danish gambit with black. It begins with the move e4 and then you go for d5, the Scandinavian defense. He takes, then you play c6, and after he takes, here you play queen to c7. He takes, then you just recapture with the bishop, and as you can see, we have activated the bishop and the queen. Now the most common response by white is knight f3, developing the knight. Then you play knight to c6, and after he goes bishop e2 preparing to castle, you just go for knight to f6. He castle here, then you immediately play knight to g4, and this will be your main idea. You gotta use your bishop and your queen in order to deliver sneaky checkmates like this. Now here if he is not careful and plays a normal move like d3, opening up the bishop, then you just play knight to d4. So if he takes this knight, then going to h2 is checkmate, kind of a Siberian trap. Therefore here he might think of playing c3 attacking the knight, but then he will eliminate the defender of this pawn, and after he takes, going to h2 is again checkmate. Therefore playing d3 is bad. How about h3, kicking this knight away? Then you go for h5, which is the fishing pole trap. Now here, he can take this knight or he can play something else. Now here, taking the knight seems like a natural response, but then he will recapture, attacking the knight. So if he saves the knight, then he will play queen to h2, checkmate. And this time the rook is supporting this checkmate. But what if he plays g3, blocking your queen? Then you don't have to even take the knight. You can immediately play knight to d4. Again, hitting this bishop and this knight. So if he captures your knight, then rook to h1 is checkmate, as your bishop supports the rook. And if you play something like knight h2, then you just go for rook to h3, threatening to sacrifice the rook. So if you play something like c3 attacking the knight, you just sack the rook and then you just take this pawn and it's a checkmate. Therefore here, taking this knight is not good. How about d4? Then you just long castle. And if you play something like knight c3, then you can just take this pawn. Again, he can't take this knight because queen to h2 is checkmate. And if he takes this knight, then you can take and continue as you saw earlier. But what if here he plays the best move, which is c3? Then you will go for e5, striking in the center. Now he cannot take this pawn, otherwise he will take his queen. So he might try d5, attacking this knight. Then you go for e4, attacking his knight. Now here he can't do much, so let's say he takes your knight, well then you will take, and after he goes something like say g3, again blocking this diagonal in case you take. Then you will go for g takes f3, hitting the bishop. Let's say sacrifice the bishop for the 2 pawns. Now the material is equal, but you have a bishop for 3 pawns, and this knight is under attack. Then you can just take this pawn with the rook. If queen to g4 check, then you can just block with the rook. And this is going to be an easy win for black here, because black is just very much active. But if he accepts the sacrifice, then you will just play knight to e5, discover attack on the queen, and this knight is defended. As you can see, his queen got a move away, then you play rook to h1, checkmate. Well, this is not the end. If you want to learn some more amazing chess openings like these, then you can check out this playlist. And if you want to learn some chess traps, then you can check out this right playlist. And if you don't want to miss the upcoming videos, then don't forget to subscribe.